The Boundary Park Alert System is sponsored by Pendle New Tech, a family-run Lancashire business you can rely on for everything fire safety related, including supply and installation, maintenance, testing, certification, alarms, risk assessments, like I said, anything fire safety related. But what do I know? Visit pendlenewtech.com and they'll sort you right out. Check the show notes for more information. This is a test of the Boundary Park Alert System.
Hi, it's Dave from the Boundary Park Alert System. I'm here with, what's your name, mate?
Chris Jenkins.
Hi, Chris. You're on the world famous Boundary Park Alert System now. So what were your thoughts last game? Did you come against Colchester?
Yeah, did play really well, especially second half. Did a lot better than.
Yeah, and what are your thoughts on today?
2-1, I think.
Who to?
All.
Who's going to score?
Found up.
Hi, it's Sexy Dave on the fan zone here with, what's your name, pal?
Anthony Brook.
Anthony Brook. And who's your wife? Is it your wife?
Yeah, Joyce.
Yeah, and you got your bunker bin t-shirt on. Amazing, amazing. So what were your thoughts on I'll start with you first, Anthony. What were your thoughts on our start to the League 2 campaign?
Very good, actually. I think we've played well. We're just not scoring, but we're keeping holding our own.
So in terms of the football compared to last season, have you seen some improvements and changes that you like?
Yeah, I think so. I think we've got a better defence and probably a better midfield if we could, because they were good last year at the end.
So who's your standout player for you so far? I know it's only been 2 games. What are your thoughts at the start of this campaign? Are you happy with how it started?
Yeah, I just think we should have had at least one win out of the 2. Let's go for it today. Carry on the same. Played really well.
Yeah. Early kick-off against Swindon, who have been conceding a few goals. Are you confident?
I can't say confident, but I just hope Quigley sets off on fire and gets us 20 this season.
He looked good though, didn't he? He did look good.
He made us look better, and one goal breeds confidence. Let's get in there. Let's get it.
Right.
Get him.
So what score then, Shane?
I'm going to go 3-1.
3-1. Quigley hat-trick?
No. A Quigley and Drummond between them.
All right, cheers. Thanks very much, mate. It's Sexy Dave for the fan zone. I've just dragged this handsome gentleman out of the bar, drinking his beer at 11 a.m. What's your name, pal?
It's also Sexy Dave.
No, it's not. No, there's only one Sexy Dave. We can end this interview. We can end this interview right now.
Just normal Dave then.
Normal Dave.
Normal.
Dave, what's your last name? You're on the world famous Boundary Park Alert System?
Jones.
Dave Jones. Dave Jones out the Monkeys. There we go. There we go. Right, mate. Start of the season. How are you feeling? Are you happy?
Yeah, I mean, so 2 games. I know it's 2 draws, but I think MK Dons are one of the favourites to go up. Colchester, I think they just missed out on playoffs last year, so 2 decent teams to get a draw. Yeah, against both of them. Yeah, fine with that.
Amazing. So, what's the score going to be today against Swindon?
2-0. I'm feeling confident today.
Who's scoring?
Quigley and Conlon.
Rick Conlon. Wow, nice.
He's in the starting lineup, isn't he?
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, so we shall see. We shall see.
It was going to be a shit show, didn't it? Straight from the off. Hello and welcome to the Boundary Park Alert System with me, Matt Dean. Fair warning, listeners. Fair warning. Andy Halliwell is on holiday for the next 2 weeks. So if you want to switch off, do it now, because his replacement is, unfortunately, Sexy Dave Bradley.
Hello.
Hi, Dave.
I'm good.
You all right?
Yeah. Good, yeah. Supping a nice beer, Kanatiski, 5% Polish beer.
Polish lager. Yeah, it's not bad, that, is it? That stuff. Yeah. All right, yeah, good. You were at the match today, Dave. You chatted to Mickey Mellon. You interviewed Mickey Mellon.
Yeah.
Your role as the Boundary Park Alert System media guy post-match.
The roving reporter. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dave
we'll hear
Bradley.
that later.
And yeah, I did the Fanzoni, which was well broadcast then, didn't it, mate? So yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, we're recording this on Saturday afternoon, early kickoff, few pints this afternoon. So I've not had a chance to do any of the the editing and all that kind of stuff. Just had a few pints. Now we're recording, so it's I'll make it by the time this goes out. It'll sound great. But that's all that matters, isn't it, Dave?
It's all that matters. All that matters.
So I've got to do Andy's jobs. So I've got the latest mind questions for later on. Fan guest has been on a couple of times before, so I don't think we need to do all that. Questions and all that, should we? Let's just get straight in. Fan guest, who are you? Who are you?
Good afternoon, Ed, Oldham fan for 20 years now. Gosh, I can't believe I'm saying that out loud. And a tough one to take today, wasn't it?
Ed, you've been on the podcast a couple of times. You joined us in that post Port Vale game, I think it was. The Park game when we did the broadcast from Boundary Park. You went living down in London. Are you still down there?
Yes, I still live there. I came home for a bit, but yeah, living back down there now.
You followed Mike Keegan. Well, you're following Mike Keegan's footsteps into the path of the Dirty Mail and Dirty Press down there. Is that what you say? Are you still Fleet Street? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I was at the Mail for 3 years on the sport desk, and I'm at a different publication now, should I say?
Oh, a different one, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it more left leaning or more right leaning than the Daily Mail?
I work for the Sun now.
Oh my God!
Right. Okay. So same media group then.
No, so the Mail and the Sun, they're different media groups. The Sun is News UK.
That's right. Yeah.
Talk Sport, the Times, etc. The Mail is
Murdoch. So you're now under Murdoch. Is that right?
Apparently.
I can't speak. Yeah, Murdoch is on top of you, riding you every day.
Oh, Dave, you always has to lower the tone, doesn't he?
Well, working for the Sun's pretty low. So
Dirty Dave Bradley. What are you doing for the Sun, Ed? Let's take all that out of it.
Senior social media manager is my official title.
Right.
So I was on sports at the Mail, but just general hard news now. But no, enjoying it. Really. Nice bunch in there, good people, nice office, London Bridge, and enjoying it.
I mean, it's just all life experience, isn't it? Getting down there, getting to know the media world, living in the big smoke, and following Oldham.
In the media world, I've managed to get a load of people from different newsrooms to come to Oldham games. People may have seen my tweets about the Kensington and Chelsea supporters branch. We're rising in numbers every week, and a lot of people have been interested about Oldham. And managed to get a lot of people down to Wembley, and it was a great day out. So the word of Oldham has spread amongst the newsrooms. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Rightly so. Dave, are you hearing Ed okay?
Yes, I'm getting just a bit. You just need to move a little bit closer to your microphone. That's all.
I don't know, a little bit. I think maybe our.
It's all the pints, mate. It's all the
I think
pints.
it might be our. No, I think our broadcast might be getting intercepted by Rupert Murdoch. Just so he's just keeping an eye on
definitely. I want podcast tapping.
Yeah, I mean, they've got form, haven't they?
They've got form.
Yeah. So, but anyway, speaking of the Sun, it was absolutely glorious at Boundary Park today. Me and Dave were there. Ed, you watched it from London on the telly. I'm sure it came across beautifully. The picture was magnificent. There was a good crowd in there. Just before kickoff, it was full of optimism. And I was like, we're going to win this today. We're going to win this game of football today. I was full of confidence, and then in less than 4 minutes in, my dreams were shattered, and Swindon scored. And from that point onwards, it was an uphill struggle. They scored again, and from that point, it was, really, really tough. I know how it came across in the ground because I was there, but I don't know how it came across on the telly, Ed. You do, so fill us in.
Yeah, I think it was. I was at the Colchester game, and to me, it just seemed like the very similar start, didn't it? We never got going for the first 20 minutes. They score early, and it's 2 games in a row now where the opposition have looked A, so much stronger, and B, so much quicker in those opening 20 minutes, and we just leave ourselves with a mountain to climb. It wasn't such a mountain against Colchester, but today, 2-0 down after 20 minutes, the Sky commentator said after full time, Swindon won it inside the first 20 minutes. So it was a long way back, and I think a lot of the players need to realise that they need to start these games hard and fast. I'm sure that they don't go out there thinking, oh, this is going to be easy. But I think it's a bit of a wake-up call to some of them at this level, that the standards just are a lot higher than the National League.
I think that the managers have been looking at the playoff performances from Latics, i.e. the opposition managers, and thinking you've got to get into these early at home because they'll come out of the traps, the Halifax game and the York game. And I think that both teams have done that, and we haven't matched it at all, and it's really unfortunate. And we're going to come on to Dave's. I think we're going to do Dave's interview with Mickey Mellon pretty early on because I haven't heard it yet. I've got it queued up, but for me, he got it wrong today, Mickey Mellon. I don't think that Woods and Conlon is the partnership. I don't understand why he went 3 at the back, 5 across midfield and 2 up top. I don't understand why when against Colchester we created like 20 chances and all we had to do was convert. He changed it. Why change it so dramatically when last season we did everything but score? Last week we did everything but score. So that seemed a little bit odd to me. I think he was overly worried about how Swindon was setting up and their formation, and he overthought it, and he went with a formation that we've not played all season and that frankly just didn't work today. So it was frustrating in that regard. What do you think, Dave?
I think that he wanted to put the 2 up front, but he wanted the wide players to play the quality balls in. But he was very, very frustrated. If you get to the interview, he's very, very frustrated with the levels of performance. And I have to agree with him. I thought Fondop was sulking all first half. He was really sulky. He wasn't the Fondop that I know and love. He was very, very nonchalant. He wasn't tracking back. He was not pressing. And I think that Woods and Conlon struggled. And I think Hannah is better in the central role rather than the number 10 because he had Hannah in the number 10 role, just trying to support the players. And he was unfortunate not to get a goal going clean through. But I thought he was fouled me. I thought it was a definite penalty. I don't know what you made of it,
Ed. Well, I'm not too sure, but I agree with your point on Hannah. I thought he was great against Colchester when he came on. And today, I thought, I haven't seen him in a while. I forgot he was on the pitch. So in that different role he was playing, it just didn't seem to suit him, which is a shame, really, because I think a lot of us were excited after his performance against Colchester. When he came on, he really seemed to drive the team forward. But for whatever reason, that didn't translate today. Maybe Swindon saw that in their pre-match prep and they doubled up on him. They did a number on him. But there were a lot of players, and I'd be interested to hear what Mickey says, because there were a lot of times where we did get the ball out wide, and you could clearly see that was the idea of the team, to get the ball out wide and get those deliveries in. I lost count of how many wasted crosses that we had from Ogle and the fella from Forest Green, what's his name, Robson, I think, and so many wasted balls and a lot of hesitancy. There was a lot of lacking of football intelligence on that pitch from people in blue shirts today. I thought Mike Fondop, I totally agree with you, Dave. It's a massive step up, and I love him to pieces. And he will forever be an Oldham icon. For a lot of us, he's our top goal scorer this century. But I just think at this moment in time, there's still time where he could prove me wrong. I think he lacks the intelligence to start as a number 9 for Oldham Athletic at this moment in League Two. The ball was cannoning off him. He wasn't laying it off to players. He was offside about 4 or 5 times. So there was a lot of players all over the pitch that just didn't meet the mark today. And I can understand why Mellon will be frustrated, because while, Matt, you say the game plan might not have been right, I think a lot of players really failed to step up to the mark today. Simple decisions, passes where, you lay it off to a player. I think there was a couple of passes that went to Manny Monte or Will Sutton, and they just launch it. There'd be no need to launch it. They had the time. But it's all a bit of a learning curve for this squad, I think. So, but yeah, a lot went wrong today, that's for sure.
It was incredibly frustrating. Let's have a listen to Mickey Mellon.
Mickey, Boundary Park Alert System. Are we, against Colchester, they sort of set the tempo Colchester until they scored and they came back. It sort of felt like that again today. Swindon were very much, they scored the early goal, they set the tempo. And it's like, I know you've alluded to it with Alan and the others, but it's like, we feel like we're being a bit dictated to it at home. Would you agree with that?
I've only had 2 games.
Yeah.
Never started the game well. Definitely would have to say that, for whatever reason. Have to come out of traps smarter, quicker than what we did. So it's just that, really. It's not a case of us not thinking that we're good enough to be able to go and compete in the early moments and win the individual moments or stamp your authority in whatever position you're playing in. I just don't think we did it enough today.
Do you think that's because, you brought like 13 new players and they've got time to gel?
No excuses. Fondle's been here a while. Midfield players have been here a while. Well, the one in the back 4, I think, the back 5 today was Big Donovan. Goalie's the same. So they know what's needed. No excuses. Never played with the 13 new players today. Played with a lot of players that move forward with us. So no excuses. You've got to go and fight and battle in a game of football. Otherwise, you get what you got there.
In terms of the reaction against Colchester, we really showed and came back at them straight away. I think it took a bit longer today, is that fair to say? Why do you think that was? Because a lot of heads went down, didn't they, after the second goal especially?
That's your opinion. I'm not going to have your opinion. Mine's is, you've got to do your jobs. You've got to win your battles. You've got to win your headers. You've got to win your knockdowns. You've got to run. You've got to show quality. When you get into good areas, you've got to show me how good you are. No use everybody telling me how good everybody is. If when you get into a good area, you go, right, go and do good player stuff. If you don't beat the first man, or you overhit a pass, or you continually get a ball, or you're offside all the time.
Yeah.
I can't do nothing about that.
Yeah.
So you're continually offside. I don't know why. It boils my proverbials. But listen, there are the things that we need to learn to get better at. But if you're asking me now, does my players know the offside rule? I would be being disrespectful to them if I didn't think that they did. So all of that contributed to a really stuttery start. To be fair to Swindon, it came out the traps like lightning. But you've got to match that. You've not got to bother about. I've played football. I don't know if any of you remember that. I've played football. So I understand. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter how they come to traps. I'm going to come out more than you. So you stand in a kick-off and you go, it doesn't matter what you're going to do. I'm going to do more than you. And it just needs a wee bit of that from a lot of them. Needs a wee bit more of that. Just saying, I don't care what you're doing. I'm going to do this. Can you deal with me? But you're quite right in saying it looked a wee bit powder puffy at times. Because if I'm 6'3", you're going to know about that. Trust me, you're going to know. And did they know that we've got 6'3" players playing? No. And that's the frustration thing. Did we work hard enough? No. Did we do the jobs that are in the team today? No. So that's it. That's the story of the game. If they showed as much passion as I feel now, maybe we'd be all right. But we just didn't, and that's disappointing.
Mickey, I can see your frustration, but thank you.
I'm not frustrated. I'm just.
No, that's what it.
Yeah, I'm just being honest.
No, yeah.
You did better. You did better.
Thank you.
Ooh, Dave.
Wow.
So Dave Bradley getting Mickey Mellon all riled up there. I agree with what Mickey's saying. I think that Swindon their press was far better than ours in the opening phases of the game. They played really well in the opening phases of the game. They put us under a lot of pressure. I'm not sure that Mickey set the team up right, but what Mickey's job is to set the team up in the way he feels is the right way to do it, and then he expects the players to respond. He was talking about offsides. Quigley and Fondop were offside constantly from really, really basic positions, so I get that. There were stray passes, there were poor crosses, as you've already said. It was just a bad day at the office, and it's frustrating because, like, Boundary Park was magnificent in the sunshine today. It was set up for, we needed a win. 5 points undefeated in 3 games is brilliant. Now we've not won in 3. We picked up 2 points. It's a big difference. Like Bristol City on Tuesday, they've had a bad start to the season. It's now a massive game. All of a sudden, season's not won or lost by any stretch, but we've got to start picking up results. We've got to start getting the confidence going, and we need to start seeing some of these performances from some of the players. I just don't understand why he changed it so much when the team was. Josh Hawkes played well on Saturday against Colchester. He drops him. I thought Morris did well in the first half against Colchester. He dropped him. I thought that when Woods went off injured and Hannant came on in the centre of midfield, we looked a lot better. With the extra bodies in midfield today, there was no space for anyone to play, and then we just kept lumping it over the top. There was just, Mickey Mellon, he's right to expect more from his players, but Dave, what do you think? Do you think he got it wrong in the way he set the team up?
Yeah, I think the 4-4-2 looked a lot more effective. The 3-5-2 didn't work. I think to say you play 5 in midfield effectively, but
it was more like 7 at the back, Dave. Yeah, with the exactly. Back 5, and then Conlon and Wood sat in front of them, and we still conceded 2.
We were too deep and we were too defensive, I think. Hannant in the middle with Conlon would have worked better with Quigley and Morris on the wings. Now, I appreciate Morris isn't a winger, but he really showed a lot of endeavour and caused a lot more
Quigley on the wing.
Morris was on the wing.
Yeah, you said with Quigley and Morris on the wing.
No, sorry, Hawks. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up. So, because they look very similar. Sorry, I do apologise. But with Hawks and Morris on the wings would have been a lot more effective, and even Drummond as well with a bit more pace because they were a fast defence. Like their back line wasn't fast at all. It was crying out for a bit of pace running in behind. And I think he could have caused a lot more problems. And I don't think he's using his subs that well, in my opinion. To say we've got 5 subs, he used. Was it 2 or 3? I think it was. He needs to use them all in this league because it's quite a Saturday Tuesday sort of vibe at the moment. Until Christmas. So I just think he could have just been a bit smarter with his substitutions as well. But going back to Andy's point, I think Ogle is looking very, very suspect. The Onion, Andy Halliwell. He definitely nailed that point because he looked a bit shaky all game. If I'm honest with you,
he didn't have his best game. He looked a bit tired, and I thought that was a theme throughout the game. I thought our players looked maybe they just didn't quite that extra month that they missed for the playoffs. When normally they would have been resting after what a very hard National League season. They looked a bit weary. Ed. Is it on? I mean, it's the answer to this is obviously both. It's obviously on the players and it's on the manager. But primarily, if Mickey Mellon had set the team up in a 4-4-2 and done it from the same personnel as who came back well against Colchester last week, do you think it wouldn't have made any difference? Were the players just off the pace, or do you think the manager could have set the team up in a better way to win the game today?
I think it was the perfect storm, really. I think it was a bit of both. Swindon coming flying out and us being off our game and maybe not being in the right shape. I think you're right to point out when we finished, Swindon knew what league they were in at the end of April. We didn't know until about 5:30 or 6 o'clock on 1st of June, did we? So, and there's been a lot of upheaval, and for whatever reason, the management and the club, they've decided to go this way where they've more or less disassembled a lot of that playoff team, and they've brought in well, Mickey and his staff, they brought in players that they think that are going to play his way. But what I'm seeing at the moment is a different formation, a different system, a different kind of 11 each week, which doesn't kind of match with that kind of recruitment thinking, if you know what I mean. Now, I understand that we've got injuries, but it's just all looking a bit higgledy-piggledy at the moment, which is, but it is very, very early doors. So it's not panic stations at the moment, and we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, Ogle, I think I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think the National League, unfortunately, is his ceiling. There was a couple incidents today where he just bundled off the ball easily, and in the last game against Colchester where they were just running past him, which is maybe they could move him into a more central position. But I think there's a couple players on that pitch that I'm struggling to see how they can make that step up. And we've got a lot of players to come back, of course, and we may see this shape and team that Mickey's obviously visualised throughout the summer, because it was a big call to let go a lot of these players. People who've been reading that, the Twitter hashtag or the forums after the game, or they've been mentioning ex-players or people who may have scored, or people who, that we let go and have got contracts elsewhere. The decision's been made now, and we have to live with that, and we have to see what happens. But yeah, it was a bit of the perfect storm today.
I don't think it's about the players though. I think the players we've signed are quality. Like, all right, Norwood scored today. Vimal Jorgenathan got sent off for Barnsley, But I think we've got good players. I just think the system was wrong today. That's all it was. That's my view, and I'm really relaxed about it, because when you heard Mickey Mellon talk about passion and doing your job, it's a case of just really nailing down where they're up to, and that month extra that everyone else has had, he's not had that. So I think we just need to relax. It's disappointing that we've lost, and it's not the end of the world. We're still in the Football League. We're not going to Ebbsfleet. We're not going to bloody Boreham Wood or Maidenhead United. Does everyone just calm down? I just think it's just one of those things. It's just a bad day at the office. And Swindon have got a very good manager in Ian Holloway, who's been there and done that in the Premier League for Blackpool. So it's not the end of the world. So everyone should just chill out, for goodness sake.
I mean, I agree with that. I think, having said that, I think we're back to the stage now where we can just we're not reacting like Ed, like I mentioned before. When you came on, it was for the first time, it was under the Lemsgums. We had big problems. We had big picture problems. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't just about a game of football. Everything wasn't taken in a game by game basis. Everything was much, much bigger than that. We're now in a situation where this is a game by game thing. So we're talking about the performance of the game, each game as it comes, and that's good. that's a great situation to be in. We're talking about the performance today, the performance on Saturday, the performance on Tuesday night against Bristol Rovers. That we're back to that. We're back to just talking about the football, because we don't have to worry about all the other stuff. So that's fantastic. But that means, in a way, that really, as in terms of what we do, we have to be a bit more critical, I guess, of each performance, and we have to analyse it a little bit more, because there's not all the other stuff to talk about. So I think the players that are going to come back are going to make a huge difference. I think Kai Payne's energy and his legs, we saw it last year, the way that he covers the ground, he's a lot more athletic. I think that'll be a really big bonus for Latics when he comes back. Tom Pett has got great passing ability. He'll be a great asset when we come back. So there are areas on the pitch where you can say, yeah, we've got good reserves ready to come back. There are also areas on the pitch where you're looking and you say, we're not finished there. We're not the finished article. Caprice is another option. If we choose to play like with the wing back, or I'm not sure Caprice is a right back as such. I'm sure he's more of a wing back. But up front, again, I think that for me is the area, because the two big men for me, I think it's Fondop or Quigley, plus somebody who's, well, first of all, not afraid to shoot, It was a good header from Quigley. He should have scored another one earlier on. He had a free header that he put over the bar. And then in the second half, a long way from the back of the Rochdale Road end, but he looked like he had a really good opportunity to shoot, and he didn't, and he put it through. So we need somebody who's got lots of confidence in front of goal to just balance that out. But overall, yeah, it was disappointing today. But I don't think that we've played three good, decent teams at the start of the season. MK Dons won 5-0 today against Cheltenham. So I'm not worried. I know that the team is going to improve over the season, but yeah, we have to take it game by game. And today just wasn't a great performance.
I agree. It's just one of those days. A bad day at the office. Let's not worry about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of games. I think if you look at the history of League Two tables, teams that eventually make the playoffs, they lose so many games. I think we've kind of got used to being in that promotion pack in the National League, or seeing the promotion pack in the National League, kind of winning a load of games and then losing a handful. But I think in League Two that you will see, someone could pull up the table, I'm sure, and look it up for themselves. But the teams that finish 7th, 6th, 5th, they're all losing 13, 14 games a season. So this isn't out of the norm. But I think there are genuine areas of concern, like you said, Matt. I think up front is an issue. I don't think Mike Fondop and Joe Quigley as a partnership is the answer. I think we definitely need reinforcement in that area and some fine tuning in other areas. I've no doubt that we're going to be okay this season. It just depends how far do we want to go. And I think everyone, when we got promoted, there was that buzz, and you've seen other teams kind of. I mean, obviously the Stockports and they bounced through, and Mickey's Tranmere, which is now we're getting on to nearly 6 or 7 years ago. But normally the teams that do get through normally finish near the top half. I think Bromley finished 12th last season, and I don't think we'll be a million miles away from there. But with the backing of the Rothwell family and with the big crowds, I think a lot of people were hoping we would start all guns blazing. And it's been a tough summer, because we finished on the 1st of June, and there's going to be a lot of fine tuning on the way. So I agree with the sentiment that it was definitely just a bad day at the office, but fine tuning needed in some key areas, from my point of view, anyway.
It's time to hear from our partner for this episode, Build Budget Expert. If you're planning building work, you may be worried about what to do next, how to choose the right architect or builder, and have concerns about going over your budget, a bit like Mickey Mellon. Build Budget Expert offers an affordable, personalised service that can guide and support you all the way from first idea to completion, helping you stay organised and prepared at every stage, save money, and importantly, reduce stress. And for all Latics fans, there's a Build Budget Expert promotion, 10% off. Just email hello@buildbudgetexpert.com and quote, "We're on our way. That's buildbudgetexpert.com.
We're the fire experts, fire safety experts at Pendle New Tech. We train fire marshals, fire safety marshals at Pendle New Tech. Pendle New Tech have fire experts across the UK covering all your local and national needs. With over 100 years experience in the fire safety industry, you know that you can trust Pendle New Tech. Right, enough of that now.
Before the break, Ed, you were talking about building. We've got our building experts there, but we're rebuilding, aren't we? We're rebuilding a squad for League Two. You mentioned Wrexham and Stockport before. They were building squads for League One while they were in the National League, and that's why they flew through League Two. We're not in that position. We're not doing that. We're doing what we can. We're trying to improve, and it's going to take a little bit of time. And of course, we all wanted to come out of the traps and fly, and pick up as many points as possible, but it's not going to be like that. And I think this team will develop and will grow through the season. There has been some promising signs from most of the new players that we've signed. I quite liked Daniels on the ball. I like the way he pushes up from the back. I quite like Morris. He looks like he, pretty tidy with the football. Hawks has done fairly well. Hannant's come in and done. He's not quite sort of had the luxury of sort of having his own position as such. He's been moved here and there. Woods, I think, is a good footballer. I'm just not convinced that him and Conlon should be playing next to each other in the centre of the park unless we're trying to, go to difficult away games and try and grind out a bit of a smash and grab or a point. But Mellon's watching all this, and at the end of the day, he knows a lot more about the game than we do. And he has his standards and his expectations, and it's up to the players to meet it. But yeah, I think I do think that some of our players looked a bit leggy. Some of the players from last season, Manny Month, he's not quite at his level. I don't think he looked. He got a difficult injury last season, and he came back towards the end of the season, and then he's had pre-season to sort of try and get his fitness back up. There's a lot of things. It's not just like you sort of like the end of the season is a reset and everyone's great again, is it? It's not the way it goes. And like you said, Ed, you can pick up, with a decent run, you can pick up enough points to push you up the table because teams are going to fluctuate up and down in terms of points and performances. There's obviously Pete Wild, our old manager's off to a flying start. He's had a really good start at Fleetwood. James Norwood scores today, I noticed. So a good start doesn't do any harm whatsoever, but there's absolutely no guarantee that just because you've had a good start, you're going to be up there towards the end of the season, is there? So it's a long season and we do need to be a bit patient. But what are you really encouraged by, Ed, so far this season? I mean, 4 games in.
Well, I think for me, I can see the seeds are there. I think the seeds are there. Obviously, we haven't blown away a team and there's been trying moments, but I think what a lot of fans can see is we're not a million miles away from being consistent in our patterns of play. And when I say that, I mean, we are getting into areas with the ball, but the delivery is just missing, or we're getting into a position in the pitch and the decision making is just a bit poor. It's not like, yes, for 20 minutes, we were horrendous. But I'm sure that we will eradicate those slow starts. Well, I hope we do. If not, then we are in a heap of bother. But it's just going to take. It is going to take a bit of time. I'm looking at the calendar now. It's the 16th of August, and like you have touched on, there are players to come back in the key areas. So I'm encouraged. Mickey Mellon's no mug. I think he knows how to get results out of these players, and he knows how to get points on the board. I can't see us winning the league at this point in time, but I think we've just got to, be happy. There's 7,000 there against Colchester. I don't know how many were there today. Boundary Park looks really great. It looked really good on the TV cameras today, I've got to say. It just looked like a nice place. I think we're going to have some good days this season. We're going to have some good days out. We're going to have some nice results, and they will come. But in good time, we can't have it all at once, and we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, that's a pretty fair assessment, I'd say. Dave, what are you most confident about so far? What's floating Sexy Dave's boat at the minute?
I just think we're in the Football League, and I keep on going back to it. Look at where we were. 3 years of pain in the National League. As Ed's just eloquently put, that it's the seeds are growing and the shoots are rising, and there's plenty of rain in Oldham, isn't there? So it's just it's just time. It's just time for the team to jump. We've had 13 players come in. And Mickey Mellon said no excuses, but they have to have time to gel and understand each other. They've had a shortened pre-season. We've had a month less than everyone else. And we have drawn with MK Dons, who beat Cheltenham today. Colchester, again, 1-1. Swindon are a great team, and they've had time to plan and move forward. It's just going to take time, but I think we just need that little bit of pace up front. An actual out-and-out striker who's got pace, because it is deeply concerning that although Quigley puts his effort in, he was running around, but he was absolutely blowing Murney by about 60, 70 minutes. And Fondop, I think, first half wasn't interested. And I love the guy, and he's a great guy, but there's something not right there, whether he's fit enough, whether it's just trying to adjust, that just tweaking the adjustment levels of what the league's like. But to be, there's loads, there is positives, but there is negatives, and it'll sort itself out and balance out. But if we've really got to beat Bristol Rovers on Tuesday night, because they've lost 3 and played 3, lost 3, and we really need to put the sword against them. But play 4-4-2, Mickey, please.
Yeah. Well, we need to play higher up the pitch.
Sorry, yeah, I've just
what's that,
on Dave's point. On Dave's point about a bit of pace up front. Now, Swindon have got out and got that player on loan from Southampton, number 20. I can't pronounce his name, or I will butcher it. But I thought he was a real handful, full of pace, full of energy.
Ibhita Haman, I think it was. Ihib Hatio Han. That's it. There you go. Yeah.
But there's 14 days left of the window, so we might go and get someone. Hopefully, I hope so.
Yeah, I think we need to use our subs more. We really need to use all our subs.
I think Mickey Mellon. I think the Mickey Mellon has had a go at the players today, and fair enough, because they didn't do enough. But I think it was obvious today in that game that that formation that he played in the first half wasn't working. We were 2 goals down, and he kept with it until half time. Then he came out in the second half, and the change he'd made was he pushed Conlon further up, so Woods was in behind, just in front of the back 3, and then Conlon was further up. Mickey Mellon wasn't proactive enough for me today. He should have tried to change that formation and change the shape and change the personnel much quicker. It was clearly not working, and I don't think you're talking about him using his subs. He's not got to be afraid. He's quite predictable, Mickey Mellon, when it comes to his substitutions. He will wait. He will wait until 55 minutes until he thinks about making a sub. The subs they go out and warm up at half time, and then they come in, and he's not making the changes. He could have changed that game today after half an hour and brought more players on. He also waited until 81 minutes to bring on Harrott up front.
84. It was 84.
It was 84. It was a waste of time. I think Mickey Mellon's got to be accountable as well. Like in game, like at 2-0 down, what you were doing wasn't working, and it needed to be changed. So what I will say is that Mellon is astute and he's clever and he's got a good team around him. So they're obviously watching the games, and I'm sure that they'll take that learning into the other games. But for me, he could have been more proactive. Woods and Conlon, please, it's just not a good central midfield pairing for me. Get some legs in there. I think Morris could play inside from what I've seen of him. I think Hannon can play in there. Be a bit bolder, make some changes.
I thought Harrott did really well when he came on. Although he had 6 minutes, he caused all sorts of problems when he came on. I think it was Conlon who he played the ball into Conlon where he jumped in front of the keeper and we nearly scored. And it was I don't know if it was a penalty head from the replay, but I don't think it hit the player's.
No, it
was it not?
No. I went up to the TV and looked at the replay, squinting hard, and I'll be the first one to jump on a referee's back, but it was not a penalty.
Fancy that as some reporter jumping on a referee.
Goodness me. Don't twist it, Dave.
It's coal miners and Scousers that the Sun get onto.
Let's not go into that, because I have my own views and I don't want to bring it into this podcast, but it's not acceptable. But anyway, leave it.
I'm going to hit pause now because I need a wee. Okay, back and refreshed. Ready to play Latics Minded. You must have played
Let's go.
You must have played a couple of times before, yeah?
No. I've my last appearance was before it came about, so I'm excited.
Is this the second time or third? This is the third time you've been on, is it?
Second, I think. I
This is-
was on like episode 3 or 4. It was seems a long time
really?
ago now.
Probably should have done the questions then. Really, I thought you'd been on. I thought you'd been on like a few times, but obviously not.
Oh well.
Never mind. Doesn't matter. Right, let's play Latics Mind. Here we go. Latics Mind is sponsored by Oldham Athletic Supporters Foundation, investing in the fans, the club, and the community. Join today at oasf.co.uk for just £12 a year. OASF, because we're stronger together. Which former Manchester United striker had 2 spells at Latics between 2019 and 2022?
Zach Durnley.
Correct. Which Welsh international centre-back signed for Latics in January 1989?
Pass.
Pass, was that?
Yeah.
Who did Cian Harrott score his first Latics goal against?
Halifax.
Correct. Who scored the first goal in our playoff run last season?
Joe Garner.
Correct. Who was Latics' last win in the League Cup against?
Atkinson on penalties.
Correct. Who did Latics sign on loan from Birmingham City in the 22-23 season?
Oh, pass.
Who was Latics' last home win in the FA Cup against?
Ooh, I had no idea. Leighton Orient. I don't know.
Incorrect. It was Halifax again.
Ah.
Not including the playoffs, how many regular league games did Latics win last season?
17.
Oh, it was 19.
Oh.
How many games did Latics lose last season?
11.
Correct.
What?
what is Latics' main training ground called?
Battle Road.
Correct. Who were Latics' joint caretaker managers between December 2003 and March 2004?
No idea. One was Mick Wadsworth, wasn't it? I don't know. Pass.
I've started, so I'll finish. Which Irish fullback made his debut at Derby County in August 1996? Sorry, 1986.
I don't have a Scooby-Doo.
Think Irish fullback.
Oh, Dennis Irwin.
Correct.
Oh. He can't have that one. He can't have that one.
Which Irish fullback made his debut? Think Irish fullback. I mean, I didn't give him a clue. It just repeated the Irish fullback bit. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Ooh.
That's good, That's very good.
It's very good.
Let's test Dave on the passes. Dave, which Welsh international centre-back signed for Latics in January 89?
Mike Flynn.
Incorrect. It was Andy Holden.
Oh, China.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try again, Dave, to repair your reputation. Who did Latics sign on loan from Birmingham City in the 22-23 season?
Oh, I don't know. Pass.
Mitchell Roberts.
Yeah, great.
Wow.
Good stuff.
He gave away the penalty to Wrexham, didn't he?
Anyone remember him?
No.
No. Oh, I should get this one.
I know the caretaker managers, John Sheridan, David Ayres.
Correct.
And they beat QPR 2-1 in the first game.
That's not included in the in the question, so you don't get any bonus points. Not that. But 7, Ed.
Really good, Ed.
So
really
good score, that.
Stuff. Yeah. How many pints have
Well,
you had?
chuff with that. Thanks, lads.
How many pints have I had, Dave? Why?
Yeah, how many cans? Because he's slurring a bit.
Well, look, I mean, it was either do it now or do it in the morning, and I'm not a morning person, Dave.
Yeah, you wake up at 3:30 in the afternoon, don't you? You love bed, don't you?
No, I do like my bed, yeah. Look, I think I did a good job on the Latics man questions, in fairness.
Yeah, you're definitely slurring now.
Look, Ed got 7 right. He got 7 right because I read them out really well.
You see what I have to put with Ed? I have to hold this boiling pot together because of Matt Dean's alcoholism, drinking his Thatchers. Look at him there. Look.
It's cider season.
It's what Saturdays are all about, and it's a much more lively recording than it would have been if we were doing this on Sunday morning.
But I've got a nice stubby.
Yeah.
Exactly, Ed. And hopefully the listeners will appreciate that. And look, the amount of podcasts.
The listeners. It's like we would have said the Nathan Sheeran. Remember that?
The amount of episodes I've done of this podcast, hundreds now, and the vast majority of them have been sober. So allow me the odd tipple every now and again. I said on Twitter before, got some pretty, divisive comments. Some people agreed wholeheartedly, other people disagree. But I said that Woods and Conlon was giving me Shelton Sharon vibes.
No,
and it wasn't. And listen, let me just explain that. What I meant was that those two players, Conlon and Woods, are better footballers than Shelton and Sharon. I'm not equating them to that. I could have said it's giving me Gerrard Lampard vibes for England, but then you'd be thinking, well, they don't. What I'm saying is, I don't think they work together as a central midfield partnership. Right?
Can I say, if you ever criticise Nathan Sheeran again, there's going to be a problem.
I'm not criticising Nathan Sheeran. What I'm saying is that him and Mark Shelton was not an effective midfield partnership, and I don't think Woods and Conlon.
Look at Barney and look at where they are. The bottom of the league. They're at the bottom of they're near the bottom of the league because of Mark Shelton, and that's why Barney is shit because of Mark Shelton.
Have they signed Nathan Sheeran to play alongside Mark Shelton? Is that why?
Look, I'm going to end this call. I'm ending this in a minute. Don't pick on Nathan Sheeran. Is a great player, and Bradley knows. If you're listening, we should sign him for £1 million. Is he currently feeding the ball through to Alex Reid at Hartlepool?
Yes. Is that what?
Yeah. What a duo!
What a deadly combo!
Oh my god!
Yeah. Listen, I'm not. All I was saying was I don't think that is the central midfield partnership that is going to take us out of this division. And I like them both as players. I like
Conlon, Pet and Hannah.
I like Woods. I like Conlon.
There's loads.
I don't think Conlon had a particularly good game today. I thought he was very good last week. I didn't think he was as good today. Woods got the game after about half an hour, but I thought he struggled a little bit. But I think it's just such a crucial part of the team. That central midfield is crucial to our success. Like it's really important defensively. It's really important in terms of getting the ball forward, feeding the strikers, bringing in the wide men. It's a really crucial part of the pitch. So for me, it's not that I'm not saying that they had poor games as such, but it's just that's one of the key areas for me. That and up front.
Everyone just chill. Quickly scored a fantastic goal as well, may I say? The ball was
and it was a great ball from Conlon.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
and Fondop won the free kick, but I think that's all he really did. And then he set up Quigley, who didn't bloody shoot, but never mind. It's all cool. We're in League 2, guys. Everyone just relax.
The Boundary Park Alert System is sponsored by Pendle New Tech, a family-run Lancashire business you can rely on for everything fire safety related, including supply and installation, maintenance, testing, certification, alarms, risk assessments, like I said, anything fire safety related. But what do I know? Visit pendlenutech.com and they'll sort you right out. Check the show notes for more information. It's time to hear from our partner for this episode, Build Budget Expert. If you're planning building work, you may be worried about what to do next, how to choose the right architect or builder, and have concerns about going over your budget, a bit like Mickey Mellon. Build Budget Expert offers an affordable, personalised service that can guide and support you all the way from first idea to completion. And for all Latics fans, there's a Build Budget Expert promotion, 10% off. Just email hello@buildbudgetexpert.com and quote, "We're on our way, we're on our way." So when will we be on our way out of League Two, Ed? What do you reckon? How long is this this phase of our development, in our inevitable development? We are clearly on our way, but how long do you reckon? 3 games into the into League Two. It's obviously a really reasonable question. How long do you think it'll take?
2-3 seasons tops, absolute tops.
Dave, what are you shaking your head
We're
for?
going up this season, promise you.
Hang on, where did you predict we finished 12th, didn't you?
Yeah, but I've changed my mind. I've got Sir Mickey. I love thee. Honestly, we're going up. Promise you. Get in the playoffs. We're going up.
Right. So after 3 games in which we haven't won a single game,
it's fine.
You've now changed your mind
Honestly,
and gone from 12 to promoted. Ed's just thinking, what? Ed's like,
the shoots are sprouting,
down here in
guys.
London. What am I doing with these clowns on this bloody podcast?
Well, Dave must have seen a fire in Mickey's eyes earlier, because that was the most
honestly, I really did it. His passion, honestly, he was fuming, and he just inspires me as a person. Honestly, he was so angry, and then he was so gracious about Swindon, but he just had this burning sensation. I think Suzanne Geldard asked him about Bristol, saying, "Oh, you used to play for Bristol." He's like, "I don't care about Bristol. All I care is about Oldham Athletic." And what can you want from a manager? It was remnants of John Sheridan. It really was. In terms of his demeanour, his passion, his absolute belief in this club. So credit to Mickey for that. Honestly, it was really, really good.
Yeah, I've never doubted that with Mickey. I think he's got a genuine fondness for the people that he works for his employers. I think he's got a genuine desire to try and deliver on behalf of the fans. And I do think he wants the best for his teams. Now, does he get everything right? No. He wouldn't say he gets everything right, I'm sure, either. But he has a standard, and he wants his players to meet that standard. And I think today against Swindon, unfortunately, they didn't. But we have to remember, like you said, Dave, it's early on in the season. It's largely a new squad, and we're in League Two, which at the end of the day is the 4th rung of professional football in this country.
It's down to Mickey Mellon as well. It's down to Mickey Mellon and the players, but he was the mastermind behind the playoffs, weren't he? And goodness me, if we're 8th in 40 games time and we sneak into them playoffs, I'm backing him, aren't you?
If we can get in the playoffs, yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's just a lot of football to be played until then. Ed, we're playing winless Bristol Rovers on Tuesday night. How do you think we're going to get on?
In my eyes, that ground is such a bogey ground. I think I've been there 4 times, and I don't think I've seen us even have a shot on target. I think obviously we won under Sheridan, didn't we? But in 2017, but I always see that as quite a bogey ground. But moving that aside, I think we've got to go there and win, haven't we? I think listening to how Mickey was talking earlier, I'd say that's the most passionate and frustrated I've heard him ever, or in a very long time. So
definitely,
the players will get a rocket. I'm going to go for a 1-0 scrappy win. Why not?
I remember John Sheridan scoring a free kick from about 30 yards out, and I was there, and we lost 3-2 because they had Jamie Curtin and Jason Roberts up front. But that ground is something quite nice about it in terms of the memorial ground. It's such a beautiful ground, and it's just a shame it's on a Tuesday night because it should be on a Saturday, that game, in my opinion.
Are you going to make a prediction, Dave? Are we going to win, lose, or draw?
I'm not saying. I think I hate predicting because I always get it wrong. But we'll be okay. We'll be okay.
I don't fancy us for a win down there on Tuesday. I just think it's going to be a draw. I think Bristol will pick up their first point of the season and we'll probably draw the game. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we can go down there and do what Swindon did to us today. But yeah, we'll see. We'll find out. We've got the phone in on Thursday. So give us a call. Watch the game on Tuesday. Eddie, are you making the trip over on Tuesday night yourself, or?
I can't on Tuesday, but I'll be watching on.
Yeah, I don't think we thought about it, Dave, for a moment, didn't we? There,
yeah, for about 3 seconds. Yeah,
I don't think I'm going to bother. I don't think I'm going to bother. So fair play to all the Latics fans who are going to travel from Oldham or from another far-flung corner of the country on Tuesday night. Credit to you all as always. Booze Bus obviously will be getting preferential treatment.
Free tickets
and Fleetwood. I'm going to Fleetwood next week. I'm looking forward to that.
Can't wait for that.
We're going to have to roll our sleeves up, aren't we? Against what's his Pete Wild and James Norwood. It's going to be a good one. Looking forward to that. Anyway, right. So Latics are 3 games deep in the national. I keep saying the National League. I've not got used to saying it. In League Two. However, we've only scored 2 goals and we've not managed to get a win yet. So a little bit frustrating. Let's hope that first win can come on Tuesday night away at Bristol Rovers. Ed Buckley of The Sun, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's been a lot of fun.
It's a pleasure to have you. Sorry we didn't do the whole thing. When Andy is not here, this thing falls apart. He is the glue that keeps it all together. And occasionally when he goes on holiday, that is appreciated. So I think it's always nice to appreciate that. So, but thanks a lot, Ed. I look forward to seeing you at I was going to say Southern. You're right. I'm slurring my words.
You are bad.
A Southern Leisure Centre soon, but we're out of that now, aren't we? So
yeah. Well, I'm sure I'll bump into you both very soon. And next time I'm on, we can do those questions, eh?
That's right. Yeah. Absolutely. When Andy's on, when we do it properly. Dave, unfortunately, I'll see you on Tuesday.
Hey Dave, did you know that listeners can now buy us a coffee or any other kind of hot beverage? What's your favourite hot beverage, Dave?
A macchiato.
And how do you like your macchiato?
Black with lots of milk. Oh.
No cream?
No.
Well, if you want to buy Dave a
macchiato,
then go to buymeacoffee.com/We Are Oldham. I'll just have a Nescafe.
Oh. Thank you, listeners.
I meant Thursday, Dave, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you got to keep that. You got to keep that bit in.